8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's TNC Media coverage of the 2019 Ohio Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament. The number 3 seed Otterbein Cardinals are hosting the number 6 seed Wilmington College Fighting Quakers at Memorial Stadium here in Westerville, Ohio. I'm Carly King, and joining me is Jacob Russell. Jacob, what will Otterbein try to repeat tonight from their 4-1 home win over Wilmington on October 23rd?
So what Otterbein did really well in that game is obviously the 4-1 win, but 2 of those 4 goals were scored in the first 3 minutes against freshman goalkeeper Lauren Galloway, who actually leads the conference in save percentage at 85.7%. So Lauren Galloway has been great this season, but for whatever reason, Otterbein was very successful in the first 3 minutes, and all 4 of their goals were scored by different players, which is a good sign for the Cardinals because it means Wilmington will have to shut down multiple scorers instead of just targeting one. And on the defensive side, what Otterbein did well in that game was they held the 2 freshman forwards for Wilmington, Taylor Huffman and Maddie Scott, who lead the team with 6 and 5 goals respectively, to no goals. And a big reason for that was Otterbein's back 4 is 3 seniors and a junior. So although Wilmington has seen a lot of scoring from their young forwards, Otterbein's experience won out on October 23rd. And so Otterbein is hoping that those 2 things repeat themselves tonight.
As we get ready here to start the game, Wilmington starts with the ball and has possession.
Wilmington will be wearing green with the black sleeves, Otterbein with the gold tops and white shorts.
Otterbein gains possession and throws the ball in.
This game will start at the far side. Otterbein will continue with the ball.
Otterbein and Wilmington are fighting over the ball towards the far side of the field. Wilmington's goalkeeper gains possession of the ball as she goes to kick it back out to the rest of the players. Otterbein tries to get the ball over to Wilmington's goal as Wilmington tries to fight to gain possession of the ball.
That pass was quite a dangerous one as I'd say the 3 closest players to that pass were Wilmington defenders, but it ended up all the way to the end line, and Lauren Galloway will have a goal kick. Game has stayed on the far side with Otterbein mostly dictating the location of the game. Foul on the Wilmington defender will give Otterbein a set piece opportunity.
Otterbein kicks the ball in and tries to get the ball towards the goal as Wilmington kicks it back over towards the center.
Saw Wilmington successfully clog up the middle while defending that free kick.
Wilmington brings the ball down towards Otterbein's goal and fights to try and get it into the goal.
Number 9 for Wilmington was who had penetration there on the bottom side. That's freshman forward Taylor Huffman, who leads the team with 6 goals. She is the main scoring threat, obviously, with the other one being Maddie Scott, number 10, like another freshman near the top of the team in goals.
Wilmington goes to throw the ball in. Wilmington tries to bring the ball closer to the goal box as Otterbein regains possession and they're fighting over it.
Looks like it's a free kick for Otterbein in their own end from about the 15-yard line.
The kick rolled out of bounds as Wilmington regains possession and throws it back in. Player number 9, Taylor Huffman, kicked the ball, and Otterbein regains possession of the ball.
Number 10, Maddie Scott gets the ball to the middle, but Otterbein will break that one up, move up the far side of the field. Otterbein, the favorite in this one, has the 3 seed, with Wilmington being the 6 seed.
Otterbein kicks the ball down back towards the center of the field. Otterbein player Maya Kelly throws the ball back in.
Kelly was the target on that long pass on the bottom side. Kelly has been the top scorer off the bench for Otterbein, but tonight she got the start at forward. And that's a typical move for head coach Brandon Coons, who has shown an ability to switch up just about everything tactically and find something that works.
Wilmington kicker Lauren Galloway goes to kick the ball back into play.
That was more of a clear by Wilmington, as Otterbein will track that one down and move the ball backwards, but still on the far side where most of this game has been. And Maya Kelly gets tripped there, but there's no call, and she's not happy with that one. But her team will maintain possession.
Wilmington player Maddie Scott tries to drive the ball towards Otterbein's goal, and Erin Gordon, goalkeeper for Otterbein, saves the ball as she goes to kick it back into play.
Galloway, we noted at the top of the broadcast, leads the conference in save percentage, but Erin Gordon has also performed well this season. She'll get another save there. Gordon not too happy after that save, moving her defense around everywhere, as she has been pressured a lot in these past few minutes compared to the start of this match. About 37 minutes left in the half.
Wilmington throws the ball back in as player number 7, Elizabeth Matthews, hit the ball, and then Otterbein gained possession.
Some contact there between 10 of Wilmington and 21. May have been definitely a contact with number 10 on Wilmington.
Ashley Boy from Otterbein just kicked the ball back in.
Foul must have been against Boy, but Wilmington will get possession as the ball went out of bounds.
Otterbein gains possession of the ball.
Number 21 for Wilmington, pressuring the Otterbein goalkeeper, Madison Edelman, senior forward for the Fightin' Quakers. But Aaron Gordon will instead have to prepare for a set piece.
Number 5 from Wilmington, Abby Spark, kicks the ball back into play, passing it to her teammates to try and score a goal.
Abby Spurk, actually, the niece of head coach Steve Spurk, interestingly enough. Maya Kelly led that attack, but it did not go too far for Otterbein, but she'll get the ball after a throw-in.
Corner kick coming from Otterbein, player number 25, Priscilla Severance.
Neither team has been successful on a corner kick thus far.
Otterbein throws the ball back in after going out of bounds as Wilmington regains possession of the ball.
That was a long shot from Otterbein. May have been some interference with the goalie there, so they'll give her the ball. Pretty sure that was more of a pass than a shot, as it looked like there was an Otterbein forward nearby.
Wilmington gets the ball back towards the other side as Otterbein kicks it back. Each team are fighting really hard to try and keep possession of the ball and bring it over to the other side so they can score a goal.
Two-on-one play on the top, but Otterbein will lose possession after winning the 2-on-1.
Otterbein kicks the ball back down towards the Quakers' goal as they're fighting to try and keep it away from the other Wilmington players.
Very close play. Ball got to the goal box, but the goalie got the first stop, and the whistle was blown. Otterbein, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes the last time these teams played, but Lauren Galloway is proving to be a much more difficult test early in this game. And Wilmington scored their 1 goal of that October 23rd game, in the second half. So Otterbein is on pace defensively compared to their last time out against the Quakers.
Otterbein kicks the ball back in from the corner and tries to bring it towards the goal, as Wilmington tries to bring it down to the opposite end.
A fallen Wilmington defender looked like an opportunity, but instead shot goes wide left.
Wilmington kicks the ball down towards Otterbein's goal. Wilmington fighting to try and get the ball to the goal as they kicked and overshot the goal.
Both teams have 2 shots, although both of Wilmington's have been on goal. None of Otterbein's shots have been on frame just yet. Otterbein 0 for 3 on corner kicks and 3 offsides on Otterbein compared to Wilmington's 0. So Otterbein obviously trying to be aggressive. They wouldn't, if they weren't being so aggressive, they obviously would not have those offsides penalties, but it hasn't worked out for them because they haven't been able to get a quality shot just yet.
Otterbein's fighting to bring the ball back down towards Wilmington's goal.
Number 28, Delaney Earl, was the one leading the charge on the bottom. The pass to her will go out of bounds, or it looked like a pass, but I guess it went off a Wilmington player.
Otterbein's Otterbein player Ashley Boyd goes to throw the ball in.
No one was home for that pass towards the far corner, but Otterbein will maintain possession.
Otterbein fighting to get the ball into the goal box as Wilmington defends it.
No call there, although both teams hit the turf. Otterbein will try from the top side again. Still no contact made. Lauren Galloway with the save. Otterbein with their first shot on frame on that pass or on that shot, they had found themselves in the goalie box early, but the player designated to shoot had always either had the goalie in their face or been chased by a defender on that one. The shooter had a clear angle, but Lauren Galloway was in the way, as she has been quite often this season.
Otterbein player number 8, Emily Gons, was knocked down to the ground as she gets up and is ready to start playing again. Bella Shively kicks the ball back into play to her fellow teammates as they try and move the ball back down to the goal.
Long shot. I believe that was from nearly the 30-yard line, with the goal being in the back half of the end zone. Quite an ambitious shot, especially given Otterbein's inability to cleanly execute shots within the goal box. But Otterbein will build from the back this time and lose possession in their own defensive third.
If you're just joining us, there's 25 minutes left in the half. Wilmington has possession as the ball as they are going to try and corner kick it. Wilmington player number 11, Riley Allison, kicks the ball in as they score and make a goal.
It's the goal with less than 25 minutes left in the first half. Took Wilmington just over 20 minutes to score in that one. They got the goal on their first corner kick of the game. Otterbein had quite a few of those opportunities, but couldn't make anything of them. But Wilmington struck early off the set piece. The goal was by number 25, Mackenzie Weaver, who was the defender on the ground that almost set up that goal for Otterbein. Had the shot not gone wide left. Weaver's slip certainly gave Otterbein plenty of space, but they didn't capitalize, and Weaver instead gave her team the lead on the other end off the set piece.
Otterbein throws the ball back into play, trying to get into the goal box to try and score a goal.
Otterbein has rarely found themselves trailing this season. They have only allowed 1.11 goals per game and averaged over 3.5. So this is certainly foreign territory for them. Wilmington has not been as successful offensively as they have not scored, well, in conference play, more than 3 goals in a match. Although I know Otterbein has a few 4-1 wins, including the one over Wilmington.
Otterbein corner kicks as they try and make it into the goal and overshoot it again.
So if you're Otterbein and you find yourself with a 1-goal deficit in the first half, you have to go back to whatever worked against Lauren Galloway last time around. Obviously, scoring was not an issue, and giving up 1 goal did not at all affect the final score of the contest. And that's the mentality you have to have if you're Otterbein, is you have to trust that you can maintain your goal average of over 3.5, even if you have to wait until the second half to do it. Although Otterbein almost tied that one up there. That was a great diving save, or jumping save by Lauren Galloway. Who is freshman goalkeeper from Beaver Creek, Ohio.
Wilmington gains possession of the ball as they go to throw it back in.
Three saves for Wilmington, 2 for Otterbein. Obviously, Otterbein would like a third save. This game would be tied, but Aaron Gordon was beat on the near side of a corner kick, which looked a lot like this one, which is why you see an Otterbein player positioned right where the goal went last time. Wilmington will get another opportunity. Two saves by Aaron Gordon on that one. The jumping save, much like we saw from Galloway, but the second shot was off the crossbar. Otterbein is lucky. This is not a 2-goal game, given the accuracy of that second shot. Otterbein will just try to get the ball out of their end. They will successfully do that.
Wilmington kicks the ball over towards Galloway so she can kick it all the way towards the center. Otterbein gains possession of the ball.
It should be noted that Otterbein enters this game on a 2-game losing streak where they have struggled offensively, lost 1-2, although granted to nationally ranked Ohio Northern on October 30th, and they lost 0-2 to crosstown rival Capital on November 2nd. Now, Wilmington, on the other hand, is coming off a win against John Carroll. That was a 2-0 game. So Wilmington in that most recent game showed the defense, and so far they've mirrored that effort in the first half against Otterbein. Otterbein gets it to the middle. Shot is far right. Pretty weak shot, but it was a great centering pass. You maybe would have liked to see one strong touch from the middle of the field rather than 2 weak ones. But first forward must not have thought she had a good angle and deferred to her teammate. Great tackle there.
Otterbein's really fighting to try and maintain the possession of the ball. They're not wasting any time on trying to get the ball thrown back into the game.
Centering pass intercepted by Wilmington. Ball will go out of bounds, and Otterbein will retain possession. They'll try to attack from the far corner again, even if it takes multiple throw-ins. Centering pass. Fights 1-on-3. Shot is blocked by a defender.
Otterbein goes to do a corner kick from the near side.
Can Otterbein match corner kick goal with a corner kick goal? Does not look like it thus far. Wilmington's clear is unsuccessful. Otterbein will go back to that corner and be intercepted again. A lot of rebounding from Otterbein, but staying down here doesn't do much good because you can only stay up in your opponent's defensive third before you run out of steam.
Otterbein gains possession of the ball as they go to throw it in.
Otterbein will lose possession. That throw-in was too close to the end line for the receiver of the pass. She'll get up after a while, after kicking herself for not being able to corral that one in bounds. But Lauren Galloway will finally be able to send the ball away from her end.
Otterbein's really trying to take every chance they get to try and maintain the possession of the ball.
Otterbein from the far side. Centering pass. It's a whiff from the Otterbein forward, so it'll be an easy save for Lauren Galloway.
With 14 minutes left in the first half, the score is Quakers have 1 and Otterbein has none as of now.
Otterbein has the exact same shots on goal now as Wilmington, tied at 4. Otterbein also has Otterbein has a 3-shot lead in overall shots at 9-6. But Wilmington has, of course, gotten more out of fewer offensive attempts at this point in the game. Corner kick for Otterbein on the far side. This is corner kick number 6 for Otterbein. Wilmington has 3. Short corner kick meant to set up the corner kicker for a second centering pass, but the second one is intercepted. Bit of a lay plan and it did not go as planned. Like, if you're Brandon Coons, you are probably drawing up just about every corner kick, set piece play you have. When you're getting 6 corner kicks, every roughly half hour at this rate, you know that you're at least getting the ball in Wilmington's half, and you just have to keep changing it up, and maybe go back to something if it shows potential. We've seen Otterbein get penetration into the Wilmington goal box, but not really on the set pieces, and so Coach Coons might have to draw up something different in the second half for those corner kicks, although I know that's something he quite enjoys doing. If you saw the October 21st feature story on him on the Otterbein Athletics website, he talked about how he actually quite enjoys how often his job changes, and that he loves, quote, the challenges of feeling uncomfortable and having to adapt with something new, whether it's tactically or how the game is played. And so for Coons, he's going to be doing exactly what he enjoys at halftime if the score stays where it is.
Otterbein kicks the ball back down towards Wilmington's goal as it bounces off a Wilmington player and goes out of bounds. Another corner kick attempt.
Corner kick number 7 for Otterbein. This one on the near side. On the last corner kick. And they almost went for a second corner kick by kicking to a near player. That's not the plan this time. But Wilmington will clog the middle effectively and get the ball all the way out to midfield.
Wilmington still has possession of the ball. Otterbein's really fighting to gain possession of the ball and to bring it back towards the opposite end of the field.
Wilmington will get a successful pass all the way to the end line and into the goal box, but a great clear and a great save on the far side will keep it out of the Otterbein net. Long shot, that one. The defender and goalkeeper collided there, but they got out scot-free. Wilmington certainly knows this is an opportunity for them, although I think they gave up too soon and tried to push that attack a bit too much with that last shot. I think it's better to maintain possession maybe in the midfield rather than just give up possession in your offensive end when you're running out of steam. But Wilmington still made it down here pretty quickly, so they have no issues just yet.
With 7 minutes left in the game, the score is Wilmington 1, Otterbein 0.
There's a lot of controversy on that back tackle. They'll call a foul on Wilmington. When you're tackling, you're obviously going for the ball, but it's pretty hard to get only ball when you're coming from the back. Lauren Galloway had a great tackle on the Otterbein forward, but she'll now have to face more Otterbein attack. Galloway has not been afraid of Otterbein players getting in her area, certainly, which I think has helped the team on defending set pieces, because a lot of times you'll see both teams put at least 7 or 8 players in the goal box, and Galloway is not afraid to act as a field player and get in the mix, which is why Otterbein hasn't had too many clean looks at the net in this game.
Otterbein trying to bring the ball back towards Wilmington's goal.
Will that reach the end line? It won't. Centering pass off the goalpost, so they'll say it's out of play. Way high was that shot. Galloway with 4 saves. Aaron Gordon of Otterbein with 5. So neither team has particularly had more offensive opportunities than the other. So it's all about quality if the quantity is similar.
Wilmington and Otterbein have both been fighting really hard towards the ball. There's been a lot of accidental pushing or shoving that has led to a lot of players falling over on the ground, which the crowd has their own opinions on.
Yeah, I've called, I believe, 3 or 4 women's soccer games this semester, and certainly this one has had the most crowd opinion of them. I think it's clear to everyone in this building that it's playoff soccer, and that things are going to get more aggressive than you would have seen when these two teams played here in Westerville last month.
Wilmington player number 5, Abby Spurk, threw the ball back in as it went back out of bounds. Wilmington goes to throw the ball back in again. Otterbein fighting to bring the ball back down as Wilmington kicks it back.
A lot of open space for Otterbein, but that ball will go off the foot a bit too far. Can't do much with open space if you can't get stable possession, although number 10 for Wilmington had room for a cross, but instead she quickly was contested, although I'm sure she doesn't mind a corner kick, given the reason this game is 1-0 Wilmington, with just over 3 minutes in the half. The Quakers will have their 4th corner kick. They're 1 for 3 thus far. make it 1 for 4. Otterbein will try something on the fast break. You saw the Otterbein player on the near side show a lot of speed, but the ball went out of bounds off her, so it will be for naught. Although with 3 minutes left in the half, you're probably more willing to full out sprint to contest for the ball, knowing that the break is just around the corner. Otterbein with the ball in the 18-yard box. But Wilmington will dig it out. Galloway will get in the mix with her defenders once again. But Otterbein will instead get a corner kick with just under 2 minutes remaining. We'll see what the plan is here. Otterbein looks like they're just going to clog up the middle once again. Both teams will jump, but Wilmington will get the first header contact. Otterbein will get at least one more possession. Far side once again. Slowly getting into the middle of the field. And Wilmington will clear out of bounds with over a minute left. This certainly is not the halftime score you expected when you look at the team stats for this game, and obviously the October 23rd matchup between these two squads we mentioned. But Wilmington and Lauren Galloway especially, they've done a great job of keeping Otterbein out of any good scoring opportunities. As looks like Otterbein will be scoreless heading into the half with the ball, or with less than 30 seconds remaining. And Wilmington will actually finally regain possession. I'd be interested to see what the possession percentages are at the half. Should be pretty even possession-wise, given the similarity in shots. Head into the half, Otterbein, 11 shots, 4 on goal. Wilmington, 8 shots, 6 on goal. So Otterbein has shot more often, but Wilmington has had better shot quality, and so that is part of the reason why they have the 1-0 lead at the half.
We'll be back here after the half, but for now, we're sending you over to the studio.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future, in a world that's changing fast. For all of the things you may one day do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do learn from your mistakes. And challenge yourself to grow. Do not be afraid. Or make decisions based in fear. Do it all with confidence and with kindness and strength. Do call your mom and ask her for advice. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. And love you always, Mom.
As a father of 2, I can tell you, parenting isn't easy. But my friends at Boys Town have parenting tips and tricks to help you make the most of every moment with your family. Do yourself a favor, visit boystown.org/parenting.
Empowering people out of poverty, helping kids like Grace and her whole community to shine. There's nothing quite like it. At World Vision, we've seen what happens when a child gets clean water or nutritious food, when she feels safe, gets to learn in a classroom, or discovers that she has infinite worth. Together, we're working to help every kid everywhere grow into who God created them to be. And thanks to partners like you, it's happening every minute of every day. Every 60 seconds, a family gets water. A hungry child is fed. A family gets the tools to overcome poverty. Reach out with us and help people change their own lives for good. Learn more at worldvision.org.
Today, millions of people all across America are building a life in recovery from mental and substance use disorders, helping themselves and helping each other, with friends, family, and community, lending their strength and support. Join the Voices for Recovery. Together, we are stronger. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders, for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Can you imagine life without healthy soil? Neither can we.
Otterbein's made me the person I am today because they've given me the resources and the support to reach my full potential.
Otterbein has made me who I am through all of the opportunities to be involved.
I have been able to meet so many different people from different walks of life.
Otterbein has made me into who I am by just giving me a lot of opportunities that I don't think I would have had by myself.
I'm a theater major. Theater really taught me a lot. Being thankful, being grateful for the theatrical experience, that really shaped my Otterbein experience.
My favorite thing about Otterbein is probably just the people. Where I've never been somewhere and met students talk about the way that they talk about Otterbein. People at Otterbein I think are really unique in the best way.
There is just such a nice, diverse group of people here.
There's something special about walking around and, everyone knowing your name and, just that real family feel around campus.
My Otterbein love story really started the moment I stepped on campus, and ever since then I've just felt like I've been part of this flock and have been able to thrive.
The people that I've been able to surround myself with have 100% made me and made this experience exactly what I needed it to be.
One of my favorite Otterbein moments was being on homecoming court in the fall. It was really cool because I got to see Anyone I cared about in my life came to Otterbein that day, and I got to see them, and they were celebrating like my success here, and I got to represent the school, but also they were at one of the most important places in my life.
I co-founded the Promise House. It's been one of the most rewarding experiences during my college career. It's a community resource center and food pantry for students on campus, and I'm very fortunate to have had the opportunity and the support to start something that didn't exist my freshman year.
I thank everybody at Otterbein that helped me to create this valuable 4 years experience. Also really appreciate my family for their generous support throughout the 4 years.
Erica Van Doff is the first person who comes to mind. She has just been such a mentor and a role model for me. Definitely the people in the Center for Student Involvement, everyone who has helped me as an orientation leader and kind of running that program, and has helped me in running OtterTune because I work very closely with them.
I would love to thank all of our donors and supporters and the Board of Trustees for believing in me and not even knowing me. I think it's crazy to think how much support I've gotten just to get to Otterbein.
I gotta thank my parents first and foremost for pushing me here even when I was focused on other places and other things. Secondly, my athletic training professors, the whole entire major. Joan Rocks, thank you so much for giving me so many opportunities. Connie Richardson, thank you so much. Thank you for the long talks that we've had in your office. Thank you for not letting me quit even when I wanted to, and how many times that I've ever said that to you. To the professors I've had over the last 4 years, thank you for your patience, and thank you for always opening your door for me, for always giving me extra help if I ever needed it. That will stay with me for a long time.
Only Otterbein has allowed me to be a dual sport athlete, a scholar in the classroom, and a leader on campus.
Only Otterbein has given me the experiences I need to help me realize that I can make a positive impact on the world.
Only Otterbein taught me to accept who I am.
Only at Otterbein was I challenged to learn more and do more than I ever thought possible.
Only Otterbein lets me be myself and a student leader for others.
Only Otterbein has allowed me to flourish, to finally find a place to call home, and to really excel in the things that I do best.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you can save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. Just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
It's a miracle that springs forth to feed us, to clothe us, to bring us joy. A miracle prompted by rain and warmed by the sun. But few realize without healthy soil below ground, there would be little life above it. Learn more about this miracle under our feet and how we're working with farmers and ranchers to unlock the secrets in the soil.
And we're back at Memorial Stadium here in Westerville, Ohio. Wilmington has a 1-0 lead at the half. We'll get the second half started in just under 2 minutes. In the first half, Otterbein obviously was kept scoreless, but they had 63% possession in the previous half. Wilmington, obviously 37. But what is notable for Wilmington is that they were comparable to Otterbein in total shots last half, despite that possession disparity. 8 for 11, or 11 for Otterbein, 8 for Wilmington, and Wilmington has had higher quality shots. So of their 8 total shots, 6 have been on frame, about 75%, and Otterbein, and less than half of Otterbein's shots have been on frame, 4 of 11. But another thing that's notable, which we saw a lot of, is Otterbein's 8 corner kick opportunities. Did not convert on any of them. Wilmington's 1 goal was off a corner kick, so they're 25% on those, 1 for 4. What we'll look to see in the second half is if Otterbein will change personnel possibly on those corner kicks to maybe get some taller players in there in order to win the header matchup that we keep seeing in the middle. Typically the player in the front or the tallest player will get the first touch on get the first header touch in the middle. And so far Wilmington has done a great job of winning that. And Lauren Galloway, who we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, freshman goalkeeper for the Quakers, she has also done a great job of getting herself in the fight in the middle and made things even more difficult for Otterbein. Otterbein, the home team, will start with the ball in the second half.
Otterbein heads down the field as Wilmington gains possession of the ball. Wilmington kicks the ball out of bounds as number 15 from Otterbein, Haley Hott, throws the ball back in. Otterbein passes the ball and tries to drive back up towards the goal. Otterbein goes to throw the ball back in. Both teams fighting over the ball. Lauren Galloway goes to kick the ball back into play.
Number 25 for Wilmington received the goal kick, but Otterbein regained possession.
Number 9, Taylor Huffman from Wilmington throws the ball back in.
And Huffman will be the one getting the ball to the center, although her passing target was surrounded by Cardinals, and they will back out of that contest as Wilmington will give the ball to Otterbein on the near side at about midfield. Wilmington Heads it back out immediately. Throw in from about the same spot. Third time's a charm, maybe, on this throw in. Corner kick instead. Otterbein hasn't had to do too much to get the ball down here early in this half.
Bella Shively goes to kick the ball. As Wilmington gains possession and heads down the field. Wilmington looking for a place to throw the ball. Otterbein keeps trying to pass the ball around to bring it up towards the goal.
Long shot is too high. Certainly not on frame, which has been an issue for Otterbein in this one. Their shots on goal percentage will remain south of 50%, 4 for 12 now, make it 33%.
Otterbein tries passing the ball down to the end of the field.
The cross is intercepted by 2 Wilmington players, but they'll fight for it. And the Otterbein shot goes straight into the huddle. And Otterbein will maintain possession, although I'm sure they'll want that shot back. And that's a goal. That was a header goal off a great cross from the bottom side. And this game is tied with just under 40 minutes in the second half. Otterbein scored early in the previous game between these two sides. And they matched that quickness to start this half.
Otterbein still with possession of the ball. Wilmington gains possession of the ball as Otterbein's side by side racing after it.
Must have been an offsides penalty that was issued after the fact, as score board remains 0-1. Great save by Aaron Gordon on the near side, covering the closest option, which is where the goal went for Wilmington off a corner kick. They'll call offsides against Wilmington there. Otterbein will get the free kick. And with just one pass, Otterbein will shoot from over 30 yards out. And it's an easy save for Lauren Galloway.
Otterbein's been having a lot of really long drives with the ball.
Number 21 for Wilmington tried to get that one in the center. Madison Wiedemann. But instead, Otterbein will get possession. Cross was a bit too close to the end line for Otterbein to get a quality scoring chance off it.
Otterbein trying to kick the ball up towards the goal.
Should be a shot on the number 13 for Wilmington. Was in the right place at the right time. Haley Burge.
A corner kick from Otterbein. Otterbein's corner kick went right into Lauren Galloway's hands.
Otterbein moves the ball from the middle to the far side, but another through pass will go too long.
Otterbein takes the ball from Wilmington as they're driving down the field towards the goal box.
Wilmington gets it into the Otterbein defensive third, but the cross from the top side is intercepted. Shot is wide right. Erin Gordon will just watch that one pass and take her goal kick. In case you're just joining us, Mackenzie Weaver scored for Wilmington in the first half, in the 21st minute. Her first of the season. Riley Allison got the assist.
Galloway goes to kick the ball back into play as she passes it to an Otterbein player. Otterbein trying to move the ball back towards the goal.
Through pass, intercepted. a bit of fighting for the ball. Out of bounds, but Otterbein earned the throw in. Although number 10 and number 9 will fight on the bottom for Wilmington to get the ball onto their side of the, or onto their opponent's side of the field.
Otterbein throws the ball back in as each team is fighting to try and gain possession and without having it go out of bounds.
Great save by Lauren Galloway. I'm not sure if the pass that led to that shot was intentional or not. It looked like that was meant to go to the far side. Looked like incidental contact, but the receiver of the pass went for it, and Lauren Galloway was there. Galloway has shown why, or I should say how, she entered this game as the conference leader in save percentage at .857 and third in saves and goals against average. She has 96 saves and a goals against average of 1 entering this game. What's notable about those stats is it is leading in percentage is impressive, but Galloway is third in total saves, which means she has had to earn that save percentage. She hasn't benefited as much from a strong defense. So she's had to earn the conference leading save percentage.
Otterbein trying to drive the ball back up towards the goal. Here comes another corner kick for Otterbein.
Lauren Galloway with the save off another Otterbein corner kick. Otterbein got what they were looking for in terms of what the play was drawn up. Yeah, winning the header battle in the middle, but it went off the ground and slowed the shot, which made life easier for Galloway.
As the ball goes out of bounds, Lauren Galloway will kick the ball back into play.
Both goalies now have 6 saves, although Galloway has faced 17 shots. She hasn't had to do too much with many of them. Only 6 saves. Although Erin Gordon has been much more active, given Wilmington's quality of shots. And we've seen Otterbein embrace the quantity approach to scoring with some of these shots from 30 yards out. Number 9, the bottom side for Wilmington. And it's wide right. Made one defender miss. And it looked like number 9 for Wilmington, Taylor Huffman, beat Erin Gordon to the far post if that had been on frame.
Wilmington has possession of the ball as they try to bring it back to the goal box. With a long kick, Aaron Gordon claims possession of it. With 27 minutes left in the game, the score is Wilmington 1, Otterbein 0. Otterbein throws the ball back in. Trying to move the ball back down towards Wilmington's goal.
Push in the back will give possession to Otterbein. That is foul number 7 for Wilmington. Otterbein only has 1 foul.
Otterbein with the good kick right towards the front of the goal box.
Although it shouldn't be shocking that Wilmington has been called for more fouls than Otterbein, given Otterbein's possession in the first half. As I mentioned, 63% for the Cardinals.
Wilmington gains possession of the ball. Otterbein gains possession of the ball as they try to move it back around down to the goal. A long pass to number 28, Delaney Earl. Another corner kick for the Cardinals.
Otterbein has shot way more within the opponent's goal box than Wilmington. And that has a lot to do with the amount of corner kicks they've earned. It's now up to 12 corner kicks for Otterbein, about 1 every 5 minutes at this rate. Number 10, the 1-on-2. Although Gordon is there, does an impressive play by number 10 to win the foot race. She knew the defenders would be in front of her, so she went to the far side to go around. Number 10 is Maddie Scott, one of the 2 freshman forwards for Wilmington that have been near the top of the scoring charts for this team.
Number 11, Riley Allison, will do the corner kick for Wilmington.
We saw Maddie Scott on that last play, but Taylor Huffman, the other freshman forward, is 2 for 2 in terms of 2 shots, 2 shots on goal. The closest performer like that for Otterbein is Delaney Earl, who has 4 shots on goal in 5 shots. That is number 28 for Otterbein.
Otterbein throws the ball back in. Both teams trying to fight over the ball. Otterbein's managing to keep it over on their side as it's kicked out of bounds.
There are certainly Wilmington fans in the crowd this evening. A lot of Go Green hearing from the stands. This is the first time Wilmington has made the conference tournament in women's soccer since 2015. It's their 14th appearance. Wilmington joined the conference in 2000. Wilmington 8-10-2 record in the tournament, a 2-4-1 record in the opening round.
Otterbein with possession of the ball, kicks it back towards Wilmington's goal, trying to drive up towards it. As it goes out of bounds, Wilmington regains possession as number 9, Taylor Huffman will throw it in. Wilmington knocks the ball out of bounds as Otterbein regains possession. Otterbein throws it in again. Wilmington tries to get it back towards their side, but Otterbein keeps possession.
Another corner kick for Otterbein. That's more than a dozen in this game for the Cardinals. That is 13 compared to Wilmington's 4.
The corner kick bounced off a chest and went over the goalpost. Wilmington has possession of the ball as they throw it back in.
There was some dispute as to which team had the throw-in, but I believe that was a handball on Wilmington. The player thought they were out of bounds to corral the ball for the throw-in, but she was actually inbounds, and Otterbein will take the free kick.
Otterbein moving back towards the goal. Coming around the side as Wilmington kicks the ball out of bounds. Otterbein getting another corner kick.
Another shot goes high for Otterbein, which will certainly not help the shots on goal percentage that Otterbein has struggled with in this game.
With 18 minutes left in the game, the score is still Wilmington 1, Otterbein 0. Otterbein with possession of the ball, drives towards the goal box. With a long pass over. Wilmington takes possession of the ball. Wilmington still has possession of the ball as they try to drive it down towards Otterbein's goal. Each team's racing towards the ball to try and see who gets possession of it. Otterbein gained possession of the ball as they're trying to bring it back towards the other side.
Maya Kelly lost control of that one for Otterbein on the pass backwards.
Wilmington will throw the ball back in bounds.
Wilmington's throw in. Almost conceding the possession to Otterbein with the throw in right to the Otterbein keeper.
Otterbein kicks the ball as Wilmington intercepts the ball and kicks it back. Erin Gordon regained possession of the ball as she goes to kick it back out.
Not sure what collided with what on that play, as the ball, the foot of an Otterbein player, and the Wilmington player were all nearby. But the Wilmington player got up quickly.
That was number 5, Abby Spurk, who fell.
Looked to me like the high kick from Otterbein sent the ball to Spurk. She'll walk off the field. And we'll see who gets the ball. Looks like it'll be a Wilmington free kick from that spot. Spurk is actually headed back in. And she'll be needed right away as Otterbein heads to the Quakers' side of the field. Kelly wanted to cross it, but Lauren Galloway was there for it. She has not been afraid to step forward in this game.
Otterbein with possession of the ball, trying to bring it back towards the Quakers' goal box. Wilmington gains possession of the ball as they throw it back in. Cardinals with the possession of the ball. A lot of passing back and forth from each team. Otterbein still trying to bring it back towards the Wilmington goal box.
Otterbein has continued to outshoot Wilmington in this second half. That stat is 6-2 in favor of the Cardinals. Although Otterbein is 2 for 6 in getting those on goal. Wilmington 1 for 2.
Number 28, Delaney Earl, and number 8, Emily Gons, went into the game.
Earl is still looking like Otterbein's biggest scoring threat in this game. She entered this contest as the second leading scorer with 12 goals, behind all-time goal leader Bella Shively. Earl still 4 shots on goal in 5 shots, the only player with more than 1 shot on goal.
Otterbein is going to be getting another corner kick. This time just a short little corner kick to then drive it towards the middle. A kick right to Wilmington's goalie, Lauren Galloway. Towards the center of the field, each team's just passing it back and forth to each other. Otterbein with possession of the ball, throws it back in.
Otterbein builds a possession on the near touch line with multiple throw-ins.
Yet again, another corner kick for the Cardinals.
They're looking for a handball, and it looks like Otterbein will get the penalty they're looking for. It looks like that was on 23 for Wilmington. That's defender Courtney Ryan. Sets up a, looks like a penalty kick. It will. Otterbein is 3 for 3 on penalty kicks this season. They'll take one here, and it's a goal. The first one allowed by Lauren Galloway in this one comes on a penalty kick. Otterbein had a goal taken away by an offsides penalty. Bella Shively will get that one. The all-time goal leader for Otterbein women's soccer will extend that lead and tie this playoff game with just over 10 minutes remaining.
Free kick for the Cardinals. As it goes straight to Wilmington, but the Cardinals kick it then out of bounds. Another free kick for the Cardinals.
The crowd was very loud after the handball call. They just got a bit louder for this set piece. Otterbein will have a, looks like a throw-in. They were setting up for a free kick, but there must have been a change made by the referee.
Delaney Earl throws the ball in. The Cardinals are bringing it up towards the goal box.
Home crowd looked for a penalty there, but no foul was called, despite Wilmington's tendency for fouls in this game. We talked about a 6-1 comparison earlier in this game. Now that stat is actually still 6-1.
Otterbein trying to bring the ball back towards Wilmington's goal post.
Actually 8-1 at the 80-plus minute mark.
Cardinals throw the ball back in. Fighting with Wilmington over who will have the ball. Wilmington gains possession of the ball as they get a throw back in. The Cardinals gain possession, trying to fight through the Wilmington players. Otterbein trying to bring the ball towards the goal box as Wilmington is fighting with them. There's been quite a bit of mild bumping and shoving throughout this half. The ball goes out of bounds as Otterbein will get another corner kick.
If Otterbein continues to keep the ball on this end, Wilmington may have to settle for one goal in regulation. Otterbein has only played one overtime game this season. On September 19th, they tied with Adrian at 3 after 2 overtimes. Obviously, that's not an option tonight for the Cardinals, since we are covering a quarterfinal conference tournament match.
The Cards trying to bring the ball back up towards the goal box. Otterbein throws in the ball, trying to push the Wilmington players back so they cannot hit the ball or get the ball from them. Wilmington now has possession of the ball. Lauren Galloway goes to kick the ball back out. Wilmington hits the ball, trying to keep it out of the Cardinals' hands. A lot of talk from the crowd as Wilmington ran into another Otterbein player, leading that Otterbein gets a free kick.
Free kick will go between the Wilmington defense, but Galloway is there. That shot low and in the center. The penalty kick goal was a bottom right shot.
Wilmington has possession of the ball as they're driving towards Otterbein's goal.
Number 9, Taylor Huffman. Ran out of space, ended up on the end line. Had to quickly get rid of that ball. But her team will retain possession with her throw-in.
Aaron Gordon with a catch of the ball. Gordon kicks the ball back out.
There are under 4 minutes remaining in the regulation.
Otterbein and Wilmington are both really fighting on keeping possession of the ball and trying to bring it out of the center and over to either side. Otterbein currently with possession, trying to bring it back towards Wilmington's goal.
That corner kick was almost goal number 2 for Otterbein. It reminded me a lot of the Wilmington rebound shot that also went off the crossbar, although that one was even closer.
Otterbein trying to bring it back up to where they were as Wilmington takes possession and kicks it back down towards the opposite end.
Number 9, Taylor Huffman, with some space, cuts to the inside. One defender to beat. Instead she'll pass it to the middle. And Aaron Gordon will advance for the save. And Otterbein will try to go the other way, but it'll be stopped by what will likely be a foul. Yellow card issued for Wilmington. Looked to be number 5, Abby Spurk. We'll pause so the referee notes the penalty, and Otterbein will take the free kick. From the far side. They'll keep it on that side. Into the corner and out of play. Lauren Galloway will get possession of the ball.
Otterbein tries to bring the ball back towards Wilmington's half. With the shot attempt, Wilmington's goalkeeper, Lauren Galloway, stops the ball. Otterbein has possession of the ball as it rolls out of bounds. Neither team are trying to waste any time as they throw the balls back in.
With just over 1 minute remaining in regulation. Otterbein.
Otterbein
Not going to let regulation end easily for Wilmington.
Otterbein trying to bring it back up as Lauren Galloway stops the ball once again.
Obviously, this is a tie game, but I think you can fault more the Wilmington defense for the goal allowed, as they were the one that allowed the penalty kick. As we noted, Otterbein is still perfect on the season with penalty kicks. And usually the goalie is just the one that has to deal with a defender's mistake in the field. That's the end of the second half. Since this is a tournament match, there will need to be extra time, and we will not allow a tie. So there are 2 10-minute overtime periods, and if it's a playoff match and we are scoreless after 2 10-minute periods, then we will go to a penalty shootout. So we have about a 4-minute break between before the start of overtime. We'll go over the second half stats. Otterbein continued to get shots, 12 compared to Wilmington's 5, but they only found 4 on goal. Wilmington had a much higher shots on goal percentage, 3 shots on goal in 5 total shots entering this game. Otterbein's shots on goal percentage was close to 51%. Wilmington, I believe, about pretty similar, 50.5% compared to 50.7%. Although we've seen Otterbein deliberately lower their shots on goal percentage with some of these 30-plus yard shots.
Each team has been putting up a really hard fight tonight as they've been passing back and forth the balls, kind of almost as if they were playing hot potato. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving, which has been leading to each team having players fall over simply as if they were just tripping over their own feet. Otterbein's had a lot of corner kicks tonight, but hasn't been successful with getting any into the goal yet.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the rough play. Wilmington has the 8 fouls to Otterbein's 1. Obviously, one of those 8 fouls is, I'd say, the primary reason this is a tie game after 90 minutes.
210 continuous viewers, 1,620 views.
Otterbein will start overtime with possession as the home team. They started the second half with the ball.
Otterbein is going to try to bring it down towards Wilmington's goal. They're doing a lot more short passes this time.
As we previously mentioned, there are two 10-minute overtime periods for a penalty shootout.
Otterbein throws the ball back in as Wilmington kicks it back out. Otterbein brings it back in, trying to bring it down towards Wilmington's goal. A very hard fight as they haven't been able to get it close towards Wilmington's goal yet, and it stayed around the center.
Otterbein finally gets the ball out of the neutral third on the top side. Cross is not close enough to the end line. Shot is far right.
Lauren Galloway goes to kick the ball back into play. As she kicks it, Otterbein gains possession of it, trying to make it back down to where they were.
Another cross into the middle, this time from the top side. Galloway will get the rebound.
As Galloway kicks it back out, it gets over more towards Otterbein's side as Otterbein regains possession and tries to bring it back over. Wilmington really trying to keep it away from Otterbein.
A Wilmington substitution will pause play as the first overtime period ticks on.
Otterbein gains possession of the ball as they try to bring it back towards Wilmington's goal.
The through pass will be intercepted, but it's recovered by an Otterbein player. Otterbein will keep pushing despite the interceptions, and the shot is wide right for Galloway. She will get the goal kick.
She kicks the ball. It goes over towards Otterbein players as they try to bring it back to where it was. Otterbein throws it back in. Up on the far side as it's kicked out of bounds. Otterbein still with possession of the ball, goes to throw it back into play. Wilmington kicks the ball back towards the far center area of the field.
This is Wilmington's first solid possession and opportunity of overtime, but Aaron Gordon will step up all the way to the 5-yard line to help out the defenders who had that one covered with a 3-on-1 in the middle of the field.
Otterbein with possession of the ball, throws it back into play hoping to try and get it back down towards Wilmington's goal.
Otterbein with a long shot. Galloway has proven that those will only give her the ball, as Otterbein's one goal was from up close, the penalty kick.
Otterbein with the ball as the Quakers kick it back. Otterbein still keeps possession, trying to bring it back towards Wilmington's goal post. As the ball rolls out of bounds, Wilmington gains possession of the ball as they go to throw it in. Otterbein gains possession of the ball, but then loses it to Wilmington.
They're going to say there's a foul committed on number 9 of Wilmington. Number 23 will take the free kick. That's Courtney Ryan, who was called for the handball penalty that led to the tying of this game.
Otterbein trying to keep it out of their own goal box. Wilmington with a far kick as Aaron Gordon captures the ball and goes to throw it back out.
With just under 3 minutes remaining, the running clock will stop for a Wilmington injury.
The injury seems to be on number 5 for Wilmington, Abby Spurk,
who took a ball to the face in regulation, towards the end of regulation on the other side. Although she was very quick to return to play last time around, and she immediately had to return to the action, as Otterbein was on the fast break when she returned as a defender. Number 28 entered the game for Wilmington to replace Spurk. Riley Lefevre, a sophomore defender.
Wilmington with possession of the ball tries to drive back down towards Otterbein's goal as Otterbein gains possession of the ball and tries to bring it back.
They'll call that penalty on number 8 for Otterbein. Number 28 of Wilmington and 8 of Otterbein had a collision near the ground there, but they'll say the Otterbein player made more contact.
Otterbein with the ball, trying to drive it back down towards, as Wilmington yet again takes the ball and tries to bring it back towards the other direction. Otterbein with a kick towards Wilmington's goal as Galloway takes the ball and kicks it back into play. Otterbein trying to bring the ball back towards Wilmington's goal.
The score remains 1-1 with 90 seconds remaining in the first overtime period. Wilmington on the end line, number 9. Cross will not find anyone, which will give Otterbein the ball on the far side as the clock continues to run.
1 minute remaining, 1 minute.
Under 1 minute to go.
Wilmington trying to bring the ball back towards Otterbein's goal.
Some overtime stats. Wilmington has not shot in this overtime period. Otterbein has 3 shots, although only 1 is on goal.
Otterbein down towards Wilmington's goal post as the ball was kicked out of bounds, but Otterbein still has possession and throws it back in to play.
Five seconds remaining in the first overtime period. There will be another 5-minute break before a second, actually a 2-minute break, so we'll stay here for that. So Wilmington will start the second overtime period with the ball, which is what they're going to need to finally get some offense going in overtime.
Well, he's right under a cell phone tower.
But he's like it's like not like he's not getting anything like this.
Otterbein has really been fighting to keep the ball away from Wilmington, even on both sides, and has been really trying to make another goal and has had those 3 shot attempts. They've done a very good job at keeping the ball away from Wilmington in that first timeout period.
What happens if they don't get overtime? If they don't score again?
So if there is no scoring in this next 10-minute overtime period, we will go to penalty shootout. Penalty shootout rules. I know penalty shootout rules vary by what type of soccer we're referring to, but typically each team will start with 3 shots, and they will alternate those shots, and the penalty shootout will continue if the score remains tied. But if both teams end up scoring in penalty shootouts, then you get some pretty high-scoring games, even if we enter the shootout with a 1-1 tie.
As we start the second overtime period, Wilmington has possession of the ball when they kick off. Otterbein currently with possession of the ball, trying to bring it towards Wilmington's goal. Otterbein throws it in as it goes to Wilmington. Wilmington kicks it out of bounds as Otterbein goes to throw it back in. Otterbein with a kick towards the goal as Galloway catches the ball and goes to kick it back out. Wilmington takes possession of the ball as they try to bring it back out. Lauren,
there you go.
Lauren Galloway with the ball goes to kick it back out into play. Wilmington kicks it back towards the center of the field as Otterbein tries to bring it back towards Wilmington's goal. The Otterbein team was yelling out towards their players, pointing at them where to go to kick the ball, as Otterbein scores a goal.
With over 8 minutes left in the second overtime period.
They still have to finish the She's the goalie's walking away. Okay, so I think we just won.
Golden goal rule applies. So that means Otterbein will.
So this means, due to this, that Otterbein will continue on to the next level, playing Thursday, November 7th at 7 p.m. against Capital at Capital.
That is on Thursday at 7, as Otterbein is the highest seed playing in the quarterfinals, so they are automatically set to play the 2 seed Capital. I've been Jacob Russell. Carly King has been doing play-by-play, and
Thanks for watching us tonight. Thanks for watching tonight's TNC Media Women's Soccer coverage.